All right, we are live. Of course, my name is Louis Lorky. This is my channel, and today's subject, Nic Cage is Nic Cage. So, in case anybody hasn't heard about it, this is the article that came out a couple days ago, and I decided to read it. So, let's go through this. Nic Cage will be playing Nic Cage in a movie about Nic Cage. And I know it says Nicholas, give me a break. I'd rather say Nic Cage. Goes on to say this film is going to be called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'll get into that title in a little bit, but the synopsis is very interesting. A fictionalized version of himself having a reckoning on his career, chooses choices while is also getting mixed up in a plot involving the CIA and a drug cartel. So he's going very meta. It's going to be very interesting. Um, Ooh, look at that. Lionsgate beat HBO Max out. That would have actually been an interesting one for HBO Max. Um, in the film, Nicolas Cage is desperate to land a role in a new Quentin Tarantino movie. I wonder if that means Tarantino will actually be in it. That would be a really, really cool thing. Straining his teenage daughter, so we'll see if, he gets the family in on it. So this is going to be quite an interesting type of thing. Um, Now I did do some research. Now IMDb does have it, but they don't have anything on it. Like not even Nic Cage as the cast member, but Wikipedia does have it. It's not clickable, but it has a director, has a star, and has who he's going to be playing. Which I know I didn't highlight that whole thing. And it does say that it's in development. So that is quite interesting. By the way, there it is right there. So this is actually quite an interesting concept, and I've seen that a lot of people have kind of been talking about it. Me and my friends have been talking about it because Nicolas Cage is a very, very unique kind of person. So let's break it down. The name of it. One sec, sorry, that is messing with me. The unbearable weight of, what was it? Of massive talent. The unbearable weight of massive talent. Um, that seems like an ego thing right there, which is it's great. If anybody's gonna have an ego, let's go with the ego on Nicolas Cage because that is just it's gonna be like this hilarious action-packed movie, and I'm kind of wondering like what references we're gonna get because you gotta reference some of his older movies like Con Air and freaking Face Off and different stuff like that. And on top of that, how many stars are going to be in it playing themselves? Because you have that opening to kind of do that, and it's an interesting concept. I do find it funny, and this is kind of the subject of why I wanted to do the video strictly about this, is that I feel like people are like, wow, this concept is so amazing, original, blah, 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 blah. Is it? Is it really original? I beg to differ. Now let's break it down. CIA stuff and drug cartel out of there. That's going to be really the crux, would that be the word, of why you're going to tune into this movie. This movie is going to be batshit crazy, and Nic Cage is going to be Nic Cage in an action movie, except for instead of playing these characters like, well, you see right there, Cameron Poe from Con Air, he's not playing them. He's playing himself. Now, the guy himself is a very interesting person because it's Nic Cage. We've all seen the meme of his big old freaking eyes and him going crazy and doing different facial features. Um, so he in himself is a character. But like I said, you take out the CIA concept, you take out the drug cartel concept, a guy playing himself, and then all of a sudden he's thrown into really random circumstances. Now, people are talking about how original it is. And again, is it? I don't think it actually is. His career's going downhill. It is just because of how crazy he is. But this is a fun movie. I think he's going to really do something with it, Otis. But going into the original concept, I have looked through my collection of movies, and is it an original concept? These two movies in specific are literally the actors playing themselves that gets thrust into it. My Name is Bruce, where he basically gets almost mistaken for his character from Evil Dead series, and then kind of has to do an Evil Dead movie as Bruce Campbell. Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Jean-Claude Van Damme in a movie which I can't remember what this one was about. I know I have it, but I have not actually watched it. And then even this, you got the people playing themselves, and then they get thrusted into a situation that's kind of crazy. So the originality is not really there. It's not as original as people say, but I think for Nicolas Cage, I think it is a good move because, as you said, his career has kind of gone downhill. Which, I mean, you can say a handful of stars have done that. Being downhill, his movies are going like direct to VOD or to the um, to the sales bin, and it's not really a place that most actors want to be. But you know, you do what you can. And the thing of the matter is, this might be a fun thing for him to do. Like I said, it's very meta, so we don't really have to. Um, we don't really have to take it that seriously. And it's not a movie that should be taken seriously. It's Nic Cage wanting to do a movie about something fun. Um, so I mean, I've been a definite fan of Nic Cage. I love Con Air. I actually really enjoy both Ghost Riders. I actually enjoy the first one more, which is really weird. The second one was a little more down, dirty, and gritty, but I it might have been because when the first one came out, I was working at Hollywood Video, and I remember me and my buddy Damien would be sitting there, and all of a sudden I started singing "You'll Get Caught in the Ghost Rider," which, if you don't know that jingle, it's Crossfire. That was the game that um, that jingle came from in the 90s. I never played it. I never quite understood the game, and I saw that commercial so many times that it just kind of stuck in my head. So it was definitely something very intriguing. Now, his career itself has been kind of fun because, I mean, at one point, he was going to be playing Superman in Superman Lives, which was a Tim Burton movie, which, if you have any interest in knowing what went on there, there's a great document documentary. Wow, I couldn't say that. Called "The Death of Superman Lives: What Happened," because this is unlike. I mean, we all know there's projects that are sitting in studios that never get done. This project was so far done that they had sets built, they had costumes, like they were doing so much, they were almost ready to start shooting. Like this was not, you know, early stages. This was, we're about to start shooting, and then they canceled the whole film. Um, so check out The Death of Superman Lives: What Happens by the great filmmaker Mr. John Schnepp, the sweaty of all the sweaties. Um, but you know, so he's had an up and down career, as we've talked about. Made it big in the 90s and then kind of started doing random stuff, and that included a lot of VOD, which I'm not going to get into any one of them. And then he started having some really weird movies, with occasionally getting some good hits, like the National Treasure series was a very good thing for him, Disney. And then what was the one movie? I know one of my friends really loves Drive Angry. I was having a hard time watching it, but it's very interesting. It's a very different kind of movie for him. It goes back into the action role. But I think honestly this might be a really good thing for him, because he in himself is a character. So if he's playing himself, he can kind of go into the tropes that we all make fun of, and then it might be a really fun performance. But like I said, I want to see what's going. Of course, Adam would be in here to talk about Drive Angry. I literally just said it. I still have not finished it, okay? I gotta finish it. I do own it, though. But I really do think this is going to be a good role for him. This Nic Cage playing Nic Cage in a Nic Cage movie. It's fucking bonkers, but hey, so is Nic Cage. Um, anyway, that's pretty much my thoughts on it right now. So I don't really have any more to say, so I'm going to end this video a little earlier than most. I just wanted to get my thoughts on this subject, and like I said, I really can't wait to see what they do with this movie, because like I said, it's a concept that, as I pointed out earlier, is not exactly original, but due to the fact that it is Nic Cage, it might be a really good thing for him with all his VOD and kind of his career spiraling downward. This might really get him back, at least doing something cool. So anyway, I'm gonna end my video. I don't have the links right now, but I'm going to put all my links down below. You can try to help me get my daughter's black belt. You can try to help me get my future set in motion. I even plugged it, okay, Adam? You think I'm going to talk about Nicolas Cage and not plug Superman Lives and the Death of Superman Lives, What Happened by John Schnepp? Anyway, I just want to say thank you to John Schnepp. He's awesome. Reference him one more time. I cannot talk about that man enough. He is so awesome. I am so sad that I didn't get a chance to meet him. Anyway, so I'm going to end, like I said, I'm going to end this video early. This was just a straight up quick video. I do want to send a special birthday wish out to my best friend. She is turning 31 today. I miss her, and happy birthday. Like I said, I'll have my links if you want to help me get my daughter's black belt. If you want to help me get my franchise started, I have my wish list in case you want to help me do my stupid collections back here that a lot of people are like, what the fuck? So yeah, tomorrow I think I'm going to delve into another facet of my likes and dislikes. I think I'm going to do a video on wrestling, which means I've got to actually watch it again. I have not watched it in forever, but since they are coming to Tampa, I really need to get back into it. They are doing some really fun. He is, but it's not a bad thing. So they are doing some fun stuff. So I think tomorrow we're just going to have a straight up WWE show. So catch you tomorrow.